friends and family, fellow board members, distinguished guests, county staff, my beloved District 3 constituents, and all 4.5 million residents of Maricopa County, thank you. It means the world to me to be elected to lead this fabulous board. My first political office was an appointment to the Washington Elementary School District with the assistance of then Governor Jane D. Hull. She gave me these words by conservative thinker Edmund Burke to be my guiding light in public service. Your representative owes you not her industry only, but her judgment, and she betrays you instead of serving you if she sacrifices it to your opinion. Fast forward, and I am honored to be the first female chair of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors in nearly a quarter century. A special shout out to my husband, Bob. The bear is what we call him. I could not do this without you. Throughout my political career, I have been blessed by the friendship and mentorship of strong, brilliant, community-minded women, and guided by the spirit of leadership they exemplify. I'd like to recognize some of them joining us today. The first woman to ever be elected chair of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, Betsy Bayless. Betsy is a leader in state, county, and local government, from Secretary of State, which is when I met you, to CEO of the Maricopa County Hospital. Betsy's name graces many plaques through Maricopa County. When my predecessor decided not to run, Betsy was the first call I received saying, "Kate, you're gonna run." Well, thank you, Betsy. Could we just give Betsy one more round of applause? Thank you. Also here today, the last woman to hold this position. She is an icon of our great state 48, someone known for doing what's right, even if it's hard. She taught me firsthand the importance of being a truth teller. Please join me in recognizing Jan Brewer, the 22nd governor of Arizona and a two-time chair of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. Thank you, Governor Jan. I'd also like to recognize Phoenix Councilwoman Deborah Stark. Councilwoman Stark and I partnered on many successful efforts in the legislature, and now here in the county, we represent the same constituents, and we share a passionate commitment to serving them. I will say that the hardest part of this friendship is keeping up with Deb and her many projects. Thank you, Councilwoman Stark. And finally, a beloved friend and ally is here, and she too is a trailblazer. Helen Purcell wrote the book on elections in Maricopa County, in Arizona, and nationwide. In her 28 years of service, she improved election processes across Arizona and the nation. During her tenure, the number of Maricopa County voters doubled to 2.1 million. From voter registration to vote by mail, Helen was a pioneer. Under her watch, the county's election and recording systems were automated. In Helen's view, every election presented the opportunity to do things better. She trained and built an incredible team of elections officials who provide us the knowledge and expertise needed in this complicated process. Welcome, Helen. I am so happy to recognize the neighborhood and business alliance leaders who are here today. From the Anthem neighborhood to the Melrose district, from the neighborhoods on Shea to the I-17 corridor, you tackle those tough public safety problems and you work with local elected officials to implement solutions. You are the unsung heroes of District 3. Today, let it be known that you are sung. It is such an honor to work with you side by side. Will you please, all neighborhood leaders who are able, stand and be recognized. Once again, I could not do this without you. Speaking of leaders, I wanted to thank Supervisor Galvin for an impactful chairmanship in 2025. Some people have vision, but can't build the consensus to get things done. Others are good team players, but not leaders. You are the best of both worlds, and we're all better for it here in Maricopa County. Thank you, Tom. In 2026, we have the opportunity to renew the promise of America. 250 years since our Declaration of Independence. I'm asking Supervisor Galvin to lead our county in, don't you laugh, in honoring and celebrating America's 250th anniversary while continuing his exceptional work with me and our fellow supervisors to build a stronger, more prosperous Maricopa County. If you look at today's board agenda later this afternoon, you'll see the boring business of good government on full display, and it should be boring. From forming a local irrigation district to placing a measure on the ballot for Maricopa County voters to consider renewing the 1/5 of a cent public safety tax. This started under Governor Brewer's watch. This tax has provided sustainable public safety funding for nearly 3 decades, and it is my first priority as chair. Thanks to the 2024 Arizona Legislature, President Peterson and Speaker Montenegro, we have been empowered to ask our voters to renew this tax. It gives the sheriff, the courts, and our other public safety partners the resources they need to keep the entire community safe. Thank you to the Citizens Public Safety Committee, which studied this issue in depth and recommended continuation to fund our public safety mandates. East Valley Partnership CEO John Lewis led this committee and joins us today in solidarity. Thank you, John. Would you please stand and be recognized? Under the heading of No Good Deed Goes Unpunished, you're not done. As we build the county budget for fiscal year 2027, we'll be working off stringent guidelines for how departments and elected offices request funds. With full transparency in our public meetings, we will ensure the most impactful programs and services are prioritized and your valuable, precious tax dollars are not wasted. Your county government is already doing a lot of things right, keeping the property tax rate low, following constitutionally mandated spending limits, and making long-term investments that improve government service and promote community well-being. And these are priorities I will continue as chair. I firmly believe in the philosophy, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. That is why we are the largest county in the United States with no general obligation debt. My promise to you is that we will maintain that strong fiscal position, we will protect our taxpayers, and we will meet service demands regardless of what comes our way. Oftentimes, Politicians focus on the easy, quick, partisan wins, but that has never been my path. I would prefer taking on quality of life issues, properly defining the problem to be solved, and identifying solutions that can be implemented, than forging the coalitions to do so. Here are a few big issues I think we can make progress on in 2026. First, we have an eviction crisis that is leading to more homelessness. Our justice courts processed more than 80,000 evictions filings in 2025, the third year in a row it's been above 80,000. In the coming year, I'm asking Maricopa County staff to coordinate at the city and county levels so more families can stay in their homes. Please. This year, Maricopa County is going to participate in a working group focused on eviction prevention. My focus is that critical time period, 5 days before and 5 days after that first missed payment. I plan to partner with the City of Phoenix on a pilot program in Supervisor Gallardo's district. I look forward to working with him and my colleagues on the Phoenix City Council to find interventions that are both effective and financially sustainable. Together, we will build a model that works. Thank you, Steve. Many people in our community face mental health challenges. Some of them are so severe and life-altering that they become subject to court-ordered evaluations and treatment. This is a system that needs attention and reform at all levels. We can make progress if we work together. Please. For starters, we do need more beds, more physical places for people to go. That shortage is a regional and state responsibility, not one solved by county government, but there's one piece of the system we can address as one county. And I'm so grateful to have a willing and capable partner in presiding Judge Pamela Gates. Our court system provides a structured process to evaluate individuals in crisis and connect them with appropriate care. Unfortunately, the complexity of the process and the patients can create unsustainable delays in treatment. In some cases, people reach those procedural time limits before placement is even available. When this happens, they either have to restart the process of commitment or return to the community without immediate access to the treatment they need. So this year, I will work with Judge Gates to improve efficiency, reduce delays, and recognizing the commitment and good faith efforts of everyone involved. By continuing to work collaboratively, we can strengthen this process and better ensure timely access to care for people during their greatest time of need. Infrastructure is boring, but we gotta keep investing in it. Roads, water, drainage, they are needed to keep up with the county's hypergrowth. Development is good, but we can't have rapid, unrestricted growth. And growth is occurring in every single one of our supervisor districts. It's especially apparent in Supervisor Lesko's district in the West Valley. I know she has asked and will continue to ask tough questions to ensure that the development projects in unincorporated parts of the county are in the public interest. These projects must have the infrastructure needed to sustain them. Again, we are doing a lot of things right. Our permitting process has been streamlined and centralized. And this past year, our zoning ordinance has been updated and simplified. So what's next? I am so excited to announce that county staff have come forward with recommendations that build on those zoning ordinance updates. We're going to put in place infrastructure readiness assessments so we all can get early visibility into areas where capacity is lagging. We will make this information easier for the public to access with a development pipeline dashboard. This dashboard will provide a real-time view of development activity and associated infrastructure. So we and you, the public, know the plan for what's happening in your neighborhood. Talk about good government at work. I am making this a chairman's priority for 2026, and I look forward to working with staff to make this a reality. As you probably have figured out, public safety is a top priority for this board. We're going to keep investing in it and advocating on behalf of the Sheriff's Office. Since this board took office, we have been working to end the federal judicial oversight of our Sheriff's Department and redirect funds expended on the oversight to the real public safety needs of the communities we serve. I cannot stress how different this Sheriff's Office is compared to the one found to have targeted Latino drivers during traffic stops. After 14 years and 3 new sheriffs, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has achieved 100% compliance with required policy changes, and there have been 0 new allegations of targeted immigration enforcement. Now, we all agree racial profiling has no place in Maricopa County. However, the federal monitor is now involved in issues that go well beyond the scope of that original lawsuit. It's hurting morale, it's hurting recruitment and retention, and it really has to do a lot more with paperwork than actual public safety. And I say, along with my colleagues, enough. The millions we pay the monitor in salary, fees, and other compliance costs should be reinvested back into true public safety needs, hiring and retaining deputies and corrections officers, making our streets and our jails safer. So let's talk about elections. I have spent a lot of time learning about the systems in place to ensure all valid ballots are counted. And I can tell you, as someone who has both won and lost close races, 17 of them, over many elections, I am confident in how Maricopa County elections are run. Our elections department is nonpartisan. The people doing the work are your friends and your neighbors, and they vote too. They care for your ballot as if it was their own. So let's thank all our election workers and volunteers. We all agree that voters deserve transparency, efficiency, and confidence in election outcomes. That is what we will continue to deliver in this critical midterm election year. And here are some actions we are taking. Early on in 2025, we commissioned a comprehensive review of our election processes, including technology and chain of custody. That work is nearly complete. I so look forward to sharing those findings at a public meeting in the coming months. Where auditors identify ways we can be better, we will move swiftly to make those changes. We continue to offer more public tours and live video feeds of our election facility so people can observe the process for themselves. During my last race in the recount, honest to gosh, it was better than real TV. I would invite you all to do that. But finally, we will again advocate for the state legislature and the governor to pass an election reform package like the 95-1 plan Supervisor Gavel proposed last year. These reforms would empower elections departments to have 95% of all votes tabulated by the end of election night. Now, state statute splits election responsibilities between the Board of Supervisors and the county recorder. Voters do expect us to rise above personal animosities and predetermined political views and to work together for their benefit. And here's an example. At the canvass of the November 2025 all-mail county and jurisdictional elections, we learned that the number of rejected mail-in ballot signatures tripled. Now, we want every legal vote to count, so we have asked the recorder's office for a report on the nearly 6,000 voters who had their signatures rejected last fall. We want to be sure those voters can participate in future elections if they are eligible to do so. Recorder Heap, thank you for being here. And in the words of Helen Purcell, Maricopa County's longest serving elections official, let's make the 2026 elections an opportunity to do things better, to work together. I'm asking you, be a true partner with us in serving Maricopa County voters. I look forward to working with you to make sure this happens. In addition to working together to implement board priorities, board members pursue projects that are personally meaningful to them. In District 1, Supervisor Stewart has worked to raise awareness about teenage mental health. I applaud this effort and appreciate all my colleagues' work for their community and constituent issues that don't always make the headlines. In my decades of service, I've seen a lot of local governments. One of the things that has so impressed me as county supervisor is Maricopa County's track record of good government. It's lean, it's efficient, and it's accessible. At Maricopa County, people do the right thing, even when it's hard. We follow the law and we prioritize our duty to the public. I want our employees to know that Maricopa County residents appreciate all that you do, and so does your board. To my fellow supervisors, we're not always going to be popular. We're not always going to be appreciated, and we're not always going to agree. But when we follow the example of the trailblazing leaders I introduced to you earlier, when we do the hard thing, when we tell the truth, when we refuse to give in to political pressure, we are doing what the founders intended and what American democracy demands. In 2026, let us continue to rise to the challenge. Let us bring our best selves to the people's work. And having finished my speech, I will now adjourn the meeting with thanks to all who came, thanks to all who are here, and a special thanks to county staff and my colleagues on the board.